Every 4 years or so, Bitcoin goes through one of the biggest events, the halving. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer digital currency that runs on a public blockchain instead of being controlled by a central bank. Miners help secure the network and process transactions, and in return, they earn newly created Bitcoin as a reward for adding blocks. But every 210,000 blocks, that reward is cut in half. Right now, miners earn 3.125 Bitcoin per block. After the next halving, that reward will drop to 1.5625 Bitcoin per block. The next halving happens at block 1,050,000, with current estimates placing it at around April 2028. But the exact date can shift because Bitcoin runs by block height, not a fixed calendar date. So why does this matter? The halving reduces the amount of new Bitcoin entering circulation, which reinforces Bitcoin's scarcity narrative. Historically, Bitcoin has often trended up in the 12 months before the halvings. In 2012, it moved around 390%. In 2016, around 142%. In 2020, around 31%. And in 2024, around 127%. But Bitcoin does not always move in a straight line. That's where tools like the Bitcoin Rainbow Chart can help. The Rainbow Chart uses colored bands to show where Bitcoin sits relative to its long-term trend. It can help investors understand whether Bitcoin appears cold, fair, or overheated. And it can be useful for long-term context and possible support zones. But it should never be treated as a guaranteed prediction tool. The halving reduces supply, but price also depends on demand, macro conditions, investor sentiment, and overall market structure. In other words, the halving is predictable. The market reaction is not. Bitcoin halving is a built-in supply cut. Historically, markets have often reacted before the event, and tools like the Rainbow Chart can help track long-term context, but nothing is guaranteed. As we get closer to the next Bitcoin halving, volatility could increase, and with volatility comes opportunity. That's where Verpoint comes in. With CFDs, traders can take advantage of Bitcoin price movement without needing to own the asset directly, using leverage to trade both rising and falling markets. So if you're watching Bitcoin ahead of the next halving, Verpoint gives you the tools to act on that volatility.